positive poem. This is dedicated to all of y'all for being here at Mello Mondays every week, because we realize that presence is everything. Matter of fact, I got two people here right now, and we're part of a group that helps build villages in the Philippines. And we do that every week, and we try to raise funds for it and stuff like that. And we realize the power of presence. This cannot be a show without y'all. So this is dedicated to all of you who come here every week. This is dedicated for all of y'all who stood by somebody when they were sick. This is dedicated to all of y'all who's been there for a friend, like whenever they were going through some stuff, right? Like your girl comes to you like, yo, he just broke up with me, and be like, yo, we're getting you messed up tonight. We are getting drunk, and that's all y'all do, right? Like that's how it is, because you are there for them. So this is for y'all. I never went to my grandfather's funeral, but at 16, I spent mornings beneath blankets hiding from responsibility and daylight. In funerals, well, they were always outdoors. Besides, I don't do death very well, and my grandfather wouldn't know the difference whether I was there or not anyway. 12 years later, she was 29 years old by the time her sickness began posting eviction letters on her flesh. And I am standing at her bedside, listening to her take breaths the same way we attempt to dismantle bombs. Fragile and trembling, she is fragile and trembling, and I am thinking of New Orleans. I'm thinking of people on rooftops. I think they were trying to get closer to God so he can hear them. We heard them cry. Watch how the tears made the waters rise, and the only way to stop the drowning was for us to flock to the flood, rope our veins together, pull them out with our hearts, open our doors, sandbags surround their children, pry off the plywood graffitied with "I'll be back soon," and replace them with banners that read "Welcome home." I'm thinking of 9/11. I'm thinking of flowers and letters and streetlights spun with yellow ribbon, of candles and vigils and memorial services, how we knelt beside them on the rubble, wiped the white dust from their faces like Veronica did for Jesus, helped them lift their quivering hands to cross themselves. We prayed silently out loud, loud enough to silence the sound of sirens and bulldozers and retaliation, so the mourning families may hear us, so they may know we are lighting candles beside them, so they may believe somehow peace will come soon. I am thinking of hospital waiting rooms. I'm thinking of foreheads bent over bedsides, how we assembled chairs to make a makeshift place to sleep on, oversized jackets used for blankets, wanting to be the first face they see when they wake up. We run to get them ice cups. We speak to those in comatose, heard they can hear us, don't know if it's true, but we aren't taking any chances. We leave behind pieces of ourselves, inflated with helium, tethered to bouquets, scroll our good intentions aside, get well greeting cards, just in case they come to consciousness while we stepped out. They will know we were there. Our hearts are rattling the bars of our ribcage to remind us we are stronger than our desire to spill blood. That for every music sheet destroyed by flood, there's a man with a guitar case full of water ready to rewrite the songs. For every war cry declared, there are gospel choirs spending Sundays drowning out the noise. For every deathbed, there are bedsides open like arms inviting to be surrounded. For every casket, there are 6 hands ready to lift the burden. How mighty is our presence, how beautiful when we gather, how glorious is the human touch. There's a reason we have more band-aids in our medicine cabinets than we will ever have cuts. I believe for every wound the world bleeds, there are people waiting to patch it up, to balance out the chaos, to provide company to our misery, to validate our pain by standing at our bedside time and time again. So here I am, watching her struggle for breath, but I don't do death very well. I wish I could give her some of mine, so instead I bent down to kiss her on the forehead. Fragile and trembling, I kiss her for New Orleans. I kiss her for 9/11. I kiss her for hospital waiting rooms and bedsides, for postcards and airport baggage claims, for the people who learn how to catch foreheads with their shoulders, and for the college students who remember to call home. But mostly, I kiss her for my grandfather, whose ashes I've swallowed and that settle like dust on my lips. So for every kiss I give, he will know it's me, still trying to say, I'm sorry.